You can't go about 15 minutes into watching your favorite television show without watching an informative commercial about how marijuana has negative effects on our economy and our youth. Although I don't believe in the use of marijuana, I do believe marijuana is a whole lot more beneficial than it is harmful if we would legalize it. Let me give you a few reasons why. One, people use marijuana every single day, aging from 12 to 65 years old. There's no getting around that. It's physically impossible to get rid of marijuana in our nation. Second of all, you have cancer patients that use marijuana to ease the pain from their chemo and all other sorts of experiments that the doctors are doing on them. You also have the government throwing away a whole bunch of money into fighting this drug that isn't even really that bad. I mean, the drug is a natural herb. It can be used for several reasons. One of them being natural resources, which this nation can use. That'll definitely build up our exports and imports. You also have the use of religious practice, such as Hinduism and Buddhism. Those monks usually light this herb for an essence. It gives it an aura during their meditation. So let's talk about some solutions to those problems that'll help, or should I say prove, that marijuana is a lot more beneficial. Starting with the people that are using it. Think about it. If 18-year-old through 25-year-olds, 50% of that population used it once, think about all the revenue that our nation can get from selling it legally. Not to mention the taxation. Taxes for tobacco is running about $1 per pack right now. With marijuana, you can charge about $2, I guess you'll say pack, whatever they would sell it in. Just from tobacco, they are making $7.7 billion from tax revenues. That is just for the federal government, not including the $13 billion that the state is earning from their taxation on tobacco. If you double that with the marijuana, which I just said, that's roughly around $15 billion the federal government will earn from taxing marijuana, and about $26 billion that states will earn. Think of what our governments can use with all that money. You also have the natural resources. I mean, it'll help us in agriculture and industrial uses. I mean, think about it. Our nation can grow this, sell it to other countries. It can also be used for alternative fuel, which is for another day. There's also the use of money that our government is using to ban, where we can be using that money for something else, such as, let's say, Obama's new healthcare plan. You focus all that money that's being used to fight the drug wars and use it towards something beneficial, such as helping the people that get diseases from smoking tobacco or marijuana. As far as the religious practice, it's, how to put this, it's like Christians where they drink wine at mass. It's no different, really. It's really no different. When the United States had their ban on alcohol and moonshine and all that, I mean, there wasn't any stopping that. Catholics continue to use wine, do they not? So who are we to tell Buddhists and Hindus that they cannot light this herb during their ritual practices? So I think that's a little hypocritical to stop them from using it. And think about the taxation, where all that money can be put into helping education, building new roads, exploring space, whatever floats your boat. That money can be used for all different types of methods that will help our nation. So let's sum it all up. We discussed how much beneficial it can be to allow marijuana to be used in the United States of America, which brings us to how marijuana is in fact not that bad as people think. I really think America can benefit from it. I believe if you just put all the facts together and realize that if you just keep an open mind and let marijuana do its thing, America would have a whole lot greater outcome than it is being harmful. Thank you.